Welcome, gathered friends, and thank you for joining us once again as we light the lantern and begin another adventure. Tonight, we'll be playing the Era of the Dragons, our D&D 5e homebrew world. My name is Archangelic, or Mal. My pronouns are she, her, and I will be your game master tonight. Let's go ahead and introduce our players. Silver, we'll start with you.
Hi, everybody. I am Silver_Bulette here on Twitch as well as over on YouTube. And I will be playing Fensiris Roxalar, who is a dragon-born rogue cleric. She, her pronouns, and I use he, they pronouns.
Excellent, Levi.
Hello, I am Levi Studied 7 on some sites, like the Genes on others. Today I will be playing Torsten Pinewalker, a half-elf armor artificer. We both use he, they pronouns.
Tara.
Hello, I am Tara. My pronouns are she and her. And tonight I'll be playing Merlin Hendricks, whose pronouns are he, his, and he is a chromatic dragonborn wizard.
And Jaden.
Hello, friends. My name is Siliqui Jaden, and I use they them pronouns. You can find me most places online as Fat Sapphic Bro. I'll be playing the tiefling barbarian named Grief. Grief uses he, they pronouns and also uses a combat wheelchair. I'm an ambulatory wheelchair user in real life, so I like to play that in game. The combat wheelchair is designed by Mark Thompson, who you can find on Twitter at the username Mustangs Art. Sorry for our brief hiatus. I had a tooth extracted, and then Mal was quite sick, but we're both doing much better and are very happy to be back. We always appreciate y'all's patience and understanding when life happens, so thank you. Welcome back to our space here at Lantern Light Adventures. This is home to all of our TTRPG and related content on Twitch. All of our games are also uploaded to our Lantern Light Adventures YouTube channel. There's a link to our link tree in the chat that you can click. It'll take you to all of our various social media pages so you can follow us everywhere we are. If you want to keep up to date on everything we're doing, feel free to also join our Discord, which is also linked in the chat. If you want to play with us or GM for us, you can fill out the TTRPG actual play interest form, which is linked in the link tree, which is in the chat. Once you fill out that form, I'll email you back with our TTRPG consent form, and then we can match you to games from there. Thanks for joining us for the Era of the Dragons, our D&D 5e actual play. We stream this game most Sundays from 7:30 to 9:30 p.m. PST. As for where you can find us the rest of the week, on most Mondays from 5 to 7 p.m. PST, Archangelic, our lovely producer Polygeist, and myself have been streaming our playthrough of Baldur's Gate 3. If you'd like to play with us as a guest, reach out to me at any time. Otherwise, feel free to come and hang out with us while we play. Most Tuesdays from 6 to 9 p.m. PST, we stream An Empty Dream, our Girl by Moonlight actual play. And most Wednesdays from 2 to 5 p.m. PST, we stream The Old Stories, The Breathing Mountain, our new Old Gods of Appalachia actual play. As a warning, this is a horror game, so please take care of yourselves as needed. We also record an audio cast after show for each of our games where we go over any necessary advancement steps and debrief from the game. You can listen to these for free on our Patreon at patreon.com/lanternlightadventures. All of these after shows will always be free, but we appreciate any contributions and support as it helps us continue to bring you awesome queer content. Starting this month, we will be taking the full last week of the month off every month instead of just the last Sunday of the month so that we can edit and prepare more content for y'all, as well as have a little bit of a break to handle our day-to-day responsibilities. That means there will be no streams after today for the rest of this month, but we will be back at it on July 1st. And finally, throughout this month, as a celebration of Pride, we're raising money alongside Pride Revolution in support of the Trans Empowerment Project. The link and information can be found in the chat. And in support of a free Palestine, we will be financially supporting a family through the Pass the Hat project. More information for that will be shared once we are assigned our family. Thanks so much, everyone.
Thank you so much for those announcements. And with that, let us begin. There's a cavernous room, a soaring natural cathedral. The walkways in here are narrow and treacherous. A darkness seems to linger, only lit by placid pools of lava, partially solidified in its uneasy calm. At the center is a somewhat circular area of walkable earth. At its perimeter are 5 thrones, each engraved in draconic runes and set by jewels whose colors are muted by the crimson glow. Each throne faces a center obelisk rising so high as if it seeks to pierce the ceiling. Romaris Lotheran stands before it, utterly small against it, but holding himself as large as the mountain he finds himself in. A voice rings out. From the mouth of the dead will come forth the rule of dragons. The queen's shackles will rattle the bones of men. Ramirez responds, and I, her exalted witch, will be her harbinger. Previously, in our adventure, our heroes are hot on the tail, tracking down a realm spanning scheme by the Restoration, who is moving mass amounts of wealth from various raids of various towns and kingdoms. The latest intel has sent you to the frozen northern reach, where you chartered a guide, a dwarven man by the name of Bear, and his 4 snowhounds. You traveled across the tundra. Sorry, excuse me. Across the tundras and had a near deadly melee with a fire blooded worm. But you continue onwards, long resting and traveling the remaining days. Finally, you have arrived at Winterskeep. So you all get to long rest. If there's anything you want to do before entering the town of Winterskeep, now is the time to do it.
Mhm. So we got a long rest in there somewhere, you said?
Yep, you all get a long
Nice.
rest. You're all rested as you get back in here.
Oh, good. I think I almost got eaten last time.
Were you the
Uh,
one who actually got eaten? Like someone got fully swallowed. It was it was
yes,
Yeah,
it was.
yeah.
Yep.
That'd be me.
Yeah, Bear, you said you're not coming in to the city, right? Or into
Mm.
the citadel proper.
I won't be staying long. I did bring some ale and some gold from town. I will be buying pelts here and heading back.
Oh, gotcha. All right. Anything you would recommend we check out? Any particularly good, I don't know, motels or anything in town?
There's one inn, one tavern, one store, and one potion cellar. I don't know if I have any more recommendations beyond the one thing here.
Ah, okay. Wait, how small are we? When you say one of those, you mean one each, or is that just one person
No,
for
no,
all four?
there's one each.
Oh,
One
okay. All
person,
right.
4 hats.
Because I've been to a town that small where it was like that. It was kind of a joke. He like set up 4 different tables, and he was like, "You're like, oh, well, I'm looking for the potion seller," and then he'd turn and say, "Come this way." It was kind of obnoxious.
Yeah, I guess not quite that small.
But I mean, yeah, but like, yeah, there's not a lot of competition going on in this town then.
No, not a whole lot. No.
Well, what grief, after everything you just went through, we probably want some more potions potentially. So we should probably check in on that.
Probably not a terrible idea.
Uh, all right. Fenceris is just gonna casually walk into town,
Okay. Um,
heading for the potion seller.
okay. Winter's Keep is the epitome of a trading post masquerading as a town. The largest building is in the distance, a squat 4 level stone fort, completely just square, four levels high, bearing the banner. There's a blue field with the image of a polar bear on its hind legs, the banner of Northern Reach. The streets are half melted snow and mud, which contrasts strongly against the otherwise untouched snow here. Uh, Primarily Goliath and human traders are carrying in pelts by the sledful, exchanging them for goods or coin. Um, it seems that all the available stone in this place was probably used for that fort. And the town is littered with smaller wooden cabins, some of which act as storefronts. One of the places that stands out, though, is a massive lodge like building made of large birch logs. It has a triangular frame that towers over the other wooden buildings here. Above its large closed doors is a carved 8-pointed star draped carefully in what appears to be green silk. But yeah, you are looking for potions, and you don't. So you see that there is, the trading post where people are bringing in pelts and getting general goods and coin. There off to the side though is a smaller place that only it just bears the symbol of the Helamanor Society. In most towns you've been to, like, local alchemists get like a license to sell potions from the Helamanor Society, the Society of Mages who control it. But this seems to be just directly just a Helamanor Society outpost here.
What is the second level healing potion? There's a,
I think
what is
it's
it called? Like, is it
gr-
greater?
greater.
Okay, so just so everyone knows, we've got 5 regular healing potions and 2 greater healing potions. So I will just pass out one of the regulars to everybody. That way everyone's got at least that on them.
All right.
Thank
Here,
you, Grief.
Yeah, no problem. 1, 2, 3.
healing. Healing. Oh, potion of healing. That makes sense.
Yeah,
And
that's the D&D way. It's potion of something.
The X of Y.
Yeah.
I forget what it is that I used D&D Beyond, and there was something that would, like, the regular standard version of it didn't exist. Every time I looked it up, I want to say it was potion of healing. It was like, did you mean potion of healing greater? I was like, no, just regular, just standard, please. And it went, no, I can do you greater. Like, what are you, Costco? Stop upselling me.
Yeah, it's not highlighted the way magic items are, which I just realized that it is weird to me. Anyways,
Yeah.
Now I have it. Thanks, Reef. Yeah, I'll just walk up to, I guess, is there a door to this Heliminor Society building?
Yeah, it seems to be just single level cabin. You see that there is actually like alchemy and potion brewing stuff like outside, just sitting outside. There's like a small fire still going, like it was recently used, and he hasn't put out the fire yet. But you walk inside, and the walls are lined with like um just cubby holes with scrolls, some of which have collected dust for a long time. You see that there is a counter in here, and just kind of haphazardly stacked on the counter is some new healing potions that um this person is stocking. And a man comes out, human man, white beard, like kind of olive complexion, and completely bald. He is wearing just the same kind of like pelt, fur coat that most people wear up here. And he says, "Anything I can help you find?"
Yeah, I was just wondering what you had available. Obviously, it's always good to look at the local healing potion supplies and see how much that's available for. But I also noticed you got some scrolls up there you haven't really touched recently. I wanted to take a look. I don't know if you do any healing scrolls.
Yeah. Let me see. Might have something interesting. Think I do have. I don't carry too many of I don't like stepping too much on the cleric's domains. But I do carry a couple of scrolls of cure wounds. It's not usually my forte. I have to go ask the priestess to help me make them.
That makes sense. Yeah, how much would a scroll of cure wounds run me?
Let me see here. I made a whole shop and then I did not pull up my sheet. So hold on one moment. Let's see. For this, I always use the Discerning Merchant's Guide I got from the DM's Guild. So let me pull that up.
Ooh.
Because the one thing about the Helminor Society, and it's the one good thing, is that their prices are standard.
Yay, standardization.
They're too busy making spells, so they don't, they fixed the prices one way and that was it. So let's see. Cure Wounds is a first level spell, I believe. So there we go. Spell scrolls, first level. That'll run you for first level 25 gold.
25 gold. Oh, okay. That's
Got-
that's
I have
reasonable.
2 of them.
Yeah. I don't want to clean you out, so I'd take just one of them.
I mean, no one buys them. You know how many spellcasters come through here? Not too many. That's why they're
Ow.
mostly collecting dust.
Fair enough. Well, oh, all right, yeah, let's go. Let's get 2 of them then. Yeah.
All right. He pulls them out. He pulls them out of the cubby. He'll take a piece of twine from his pocket and like tie them together, set them on the counter. Anything else you're looking for? Got potions. I mean, I might be able to bring you up something if you're looking for something in particular.
I'm not looking for anything in particular, but aside from healing potions, what else do you have in your shop here?
Mostly just scrolls. Not a lot of most people aren't interested in enchantments out here and things like that.
Oh, gotcha. All
They
right.
don't really sell. I kind of, had somebody ship them back to the city after I carried them for a while.
Gotcha.
I like the scrolls. And he looks at them fondly.
Well, I appreciate a good scroll as well. I think most of them would be beyond my comprehension, though. If I'm being honest. That's why the healing scrolls. I understand those. I get those.
Fair enough.
But yeah, so I guess just ring me up for the 2 healing scrolls, and we'll go from there. And I
Mhm.
plop down 5 platinum. Why do I have 20 platinum in my bag? I don't know. But put down 5 platinum.
Oh, platinum. Traveling a little light, aren't you?
It's easier to carry around. Also makes a lot less noise, which, I'm not big on making noise when I'm trying to move around.
Yeah. And when you're sneaking up on a caribou, you don't want to make much noise.
That's true.
And then he looks at you again for a second. He's like, "You're not a fur trader, though. What brings you out here?"
We were my companions and I were supposed to go and well, I'm not the tracker. I'm not the person who keeps track of what the mission is. I'm the type of person to keep everybody alive. But we were supposed to meet with somebody up here. And so we had to come out this way to meet with them. I don't remember the name though. Like I said, they pay me to keep them alive. That's why I want the scrolls.
Huh? Well, those should do it for you. At least you don't have to expend your own inner essence to cast them.
Absolutely.
I also have like paper and incense. It's mostly my own supply order from the city, but if you I don't know if you're of the learned magical type.
No, I've more recently made connections with the deities. I'm more of the calling on them for aid type.
Huh? I've heard that this is a one that stops on a pilgrimage. You usually get a few clerics, a few people who seeking to be like some sort of knight or something, some protectors.
Hmm,
Holy
interesting.
folk, you know.
Gotcha.
Um, there's a temple in town to Agilise. She's they call her the Queen of the Ribbon. It's she's the goddess of the lights in the night sky.
Gotcha. Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually kind of a big deal. Most of the town is really centered between, between the church over there and the fur trade. That's about all we have here.
Gotcha. Well, I might pop over to the church and see what she's all about and find out what's going on with that. But yeah, I appreciate it. Thanks.
Yeah. Larriman's the name. You can call me Larry. If you need anything else, let me know. I can get a fire going, brew you up, whatever.
Gotcha. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Mechanic wise, were those first level spell scrolls?
Yes.
Okay. Just adding them into my inventory. You'll be surprised. Healing scrolls don't really exist as far as D&D Beyond is concerned.
Yeah.
Who'd have thought?
Surprising. Yeah, I guess I just pop back and see if the party's still around. Just kind of wandered off without y'all.
We're just like quietly behind you watching.
Oh, okay.
Your weird little posse.
They probably
Are
went
Are there
outside.
any?
Go ahead, sorry.
Are there other shops nearby?
There is a general goods store. In fact, it doesn't even have a name. It just says trading post on it. And that's where people bring in pelts and things. The only other really shop is I guess the tavern, which is kind of denoted by the drunken people that you hear inside, and a post on the front that just hangs a massive like bearskin from it.
Do either of those shops have staves?
No, those shops would, well, I mean, if you want just a length of wood, yeah, you could maybe find something in one of those places. If you want something a little more tailored to you being a wizard, you might have to talk to Larry.
Okay. May I talk to Larry?
Absolutely. You're pretty much visibly a wizard, like from your whole thing you have going on. So when you walk in, Larry's eyes like light up and he says, "How can I help you?"
Yes. I'm curious as to what selection of staves you might have.
Interesting. I don't have anything enchanted right now. I might be able to cook you up something. Or what is there some kind of like effect you're looking for? Something that you need? Some utility you're looking for? Or even a specific enchantment? I can maybe cook you up something.
I want it to emit a lot more sparkle and rainbow colors, and that when I strike it against the ground, there's like dramatic earth-shattering effects. Is there anything like that?
Let's see. Let me think. I can maybe work you out something. If you like, do you want it to like damage people when you do this, or do you want it to just be showy? I understand either one. I'm not judging you.
Can it be both?
Absolutely. Um, I'm gonna need a few days, and I have to talk to a guy about some pine tar. So, um, it if you or anything needed, like I'm gonna be open today, but tomorrow I will be closed because I have to get a few things for this. Let me think. Let's see. That's gonna be a rod. Or is it a staff? Where did you get a staff? I think I can probably work you up something for that. I'm thinking maybe like 1,100 gold.
Hmm. Merlin only has 350 gold.
We've got 2,993 in the group fund.
Man, I really don't think about how much gold I give y'all.
There's no point in only having gold at the end. I don't like when we have to, we get to buy everything at the end and then it's like, okay, campaign over.
We very much can't take it with us.
Mm-hmm. So I feel like we can work that out. I don't care personally what we do with the money.
What say y'all? I feel a little self-conscious about having that amount of currency flowing my way that is from the group.
Yeah, I don't have any big projects in mind, so let's see, minus 350. So, oh wait, actually, let's see that now. See. Trying to get the math done real quick. Let's see. It's 350.
Yeah, it'll be 750 out of y'all's party funds if you use what you
Yeah,
have. So,
I
yeah.
don't personally have a problem with that.
me neither.
Yeah, no, I mean, I have my own funds. I don't really touch the party funds, so I'm good with it.
Yeah. Do you
So you
have a
said
particular staff you want me to enchant, or do you want me to find you something?
you said that was 750?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
I trust in your expertise, so a surprise would be most welcome.
It's not every day we get an honest to the gods wizard out here. So I'm happy to do it.
Thank you so much.
I'm sorry. My name is Megas Laramond. You could call me Larry. Most people do. Um, I'm sorry. I need to get your name. I just need to.
Yeah, thank you, Larry. My name is Merlin Hendricks.
Very pleased to meet you. And he writes up a quick like invoice for you. He's like, and he tears off a receipt for you. He's like, bring that in with the gold when you're ready to pick it up. I'm gonna make this anyway. So I guess don't die in the meantime.
Thank you, Larry. We'll be
No
back.
promises. Uh,
People die out here, and it happens.
yeah, yeah. Potions of greater healing. How much are they? Do you have like 2?
Oh yeah, I definitely do. Potion of healing, and that would be considered the uncommon one. Yeah, that's 300 gold pieces per each. So
So 600. I think that's
600 total.
I think
Yeah.
that's probably fine just because they go down a lot. So I'll take 2 of those, which puts us at 4, so 1 for each party member.
Yeah, he pulls off some bottles that one of them it was like clearly reused from something else. Like they're 2 different bottles that he gives you. Um nothing standard here. You can tell like people just bring him bottles to fill with stuff usually. So
Fine
but
by
it's
me.
nicely corked. He puts a little bow in the twine on it to tie a little label to say what it is and gives it to you.
Fantastic. We love recycling.
Yeah, if you need
Okay, and
anything else today, I'm gonna be closed tomorrow.
I'll just pass on 1 of each of these to folks.
Like a kindly.
So
Great.
now everyone should have a regular healing potion and a potion of greater healing. Hopefully we stay alive.
Regular.
Neat. Potion of healing.
Which is the regular potion?
Regular potions just potion of healing. In D&D
Oh.
Beyond, the next one up is the potion of healing, comma, greater.
Oh.
It's government name.
Yeah. But yeah. I like how Merlin is a wizard and came and gave another wizard a quest.
There's a whole shadow economy that only wizards get. That's just quests.
Yeah.
It does also require real money.
Hmm. I mean, that's just for the materials, you know. Being a wizard is expensive.
Yeah.
So
I see
yeah,
potion.
go ahead.
I see potion of healing greater, superior, and supreme.
Yeah, the greater was you should have one greater, it sounds like. That
Yeah.
Grief
One
just gave
greater
you.
and one regular, but I don't know if the regular ones are on.
Regular is on there now. I don't think it used to be, but I did find one. And it just shows up in the normal black of like a non-magical item.
Here, let me see. I can add it to your inventory.
Thank you.
Yeah. Cool. You might need to refresh, but that should be in your inventory. So, what's everyone else doing?
Well, as like once we leave the shop,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, like Fenceris can just get in everybody's head, so there's that. But so in their mind, she says, do we want to try to get anything accomplished today in terms of tracking them down? Or do we just want to sleep, find the one inn and sleep for the night, and then set out in the morning to try to track down any of the activity?
Yeah, it might be good if only to just uh brush off a suspicion or at least buffer it.
Yeah, I think maybe getting settled in and then I'm not sure.
I told the potion seller that we were supposed to talk with somebody. I didn't have a name to give him.
Neither
So
does anyone else.
So what you and Grief know, what Finn and Grief would know is, and you've met this man, the custodian of Winterskeep is a younger man named Awitdir. And you remember him having a lot of swagger and wearing like overly expensive clothing, and that's about the only impression you got of him.
Gotcha. He was at the table
Yeah,
along with the discussers.
correct. Yeah, he was at that council that was called in Ravenhold way back in the beginning.
Okay. Did I write him down? I don't think I wrote him down. All right. I'll write down his name. What do you,
Yeah.
steward
Custodian.
custodian. Sorry. I put in steward. I guess I've been thinking too much about Lord of the Rings recently.
A good problem to have.
Fair enough. He's ostensibly the ruler here, but what you remember of like the politics of Northern Reach is that there's not really one ruler. There's not really much in the way of like traditional nobility out here. It's a lot of just like loosely aligned groups, tribes, nomads, poachers, like or like fur hunters. Like they're all out here doing whatever they want to do.
Gotcha. All right. So Grief, I don't know if you remember this guy, but there was an Oa deer. I think we kind of vaguely met at that one dinner. It's been months now. But I don't know if he'll know anything, but it'd be worthwhile to see.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, my thought is like we just put down that we saw some random uh uh shipping irregularities on books and we're investigating it.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's how we approach it.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to go about it.
Yeah, if you got an in, then honesty is the best policy.
GM, how late in the day is it?
You got here. It's still kind of morning right now. I'm
Oh,
probably
okay.
reaching midday.
Oh,
Yeah,
Well, then never mind about the sleeping.
yeah, not yet. Whoops.
not yet. Yeah, it's only about midday. So,
All right, fair enough.
Do we know where this guy is?
No, we should check
Torsten,
around in the various shops.
Torsten just looks to the big keep.
There.
there is a big keep in the distance. I mean, like you could see it.
I mean, I guess. No,
Shall
I
we
mean,
go?
Yeah. Perhaps we should go to that giant place over there.
yeah, let's head over to the keep, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah, you make your way through the muddy streets towards the keep. Um, Even as you get closer, it doesn't seem that imposing compared to some of the like fortresses and castles you've seen, further south. It seems that this is an older fortification from something that's probably long forgotten why the reason they built it. And there is a small wooden wall around its perimeter. Um, and there are two guards. Um, One is clearly Goliath. And the other is seems to be a halfling. And the Goliath approaches you and she says, Are you lost?"
Uh, not lost per se. We were hoping uh to have a discussion with Oa Deer. We met him back at at an important meeting, and we were seeking some counsel.
Uh, do you already have an appointment?
We do not.
Okay.
If we could set up appointment, that's fine too.
Okay. Like she kind of looks around and she will walk back to the guard post and grab a um kind of just a stack of paper, like a pad of paper, and like says, "All right, I'll need a name, your business with the custodian, and any of affiliations you have that might be important for him to know."
Gotcha. All right. My name's Finn Cirrus.
Goes to write it down, thinks for a second, and looks up and says, "Here, you just fill this out."
All right, fair enough. And yeah, she writes out um the name of the king way back in the day.
Mhm.
Why am I forgetting? What was the town name we were in way back in the day?
Ravenhold.
Well, Ravenholt's the kingdom. The town is
Okay.
Brambles upon the river.
Brambles upon the river. There we go.
And the king was King Henrik.
All right, yeah, so she's filling out this information, yada 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 yada. Um, and once she's got it filled out, she hands it back.
All right. She'll take it, look it over, folds it, and says, "All right, I'll get this to him. Come check back tomorrow. See if he'll see you."
All right, fair enough.
Oh, well, And the other one says, they'll send a messenger your way if he wants to see you. Assume
Also fair.
you'll be at the inn, right?
Yeah. We'll be at the end.
All right. And the guard takes it, the hands it to the halfling. The halfling runs off to into the gate, into the keep. She takes up the Goliath takes up her post again.
Yep. Guess we're just gonna have
How
to.
long is the wait time?
Could be could want to see you immediately, could be tomorrow. I mean, if you haven't heard from us, just come by and check. And it kind of depends on what Counselor Dirk is up to. He's the one who mostly handles all that.
Good to know. Yeah, we'll get away then. And then Torsten will, if we say we're gonna be at the end, we should probably get that set up at least.
Yeah. That's probably a good call.
Might as well.
Let's head to the inn and maybe we can get some food going.
Yeah.
Awesome. You go to the inn, which is also the tavern, the Bearskin. You enter, there's a few people in here. It's a little rowdy with conversation. There is a Goliath in here. They are they seem normal height for a Goliath, easily 6'6". There's the bar. It all actually looks fairly nice for where you are. It seems this is, pretty well kept by them. And above the door, suspended on like two ropes, is just one massive, like, double-headed battle axe. And you enter. Some people give you looks as you enter, but no one really like makes any moves that would be threatening. They're just kind of eyeing the strangers in town. The person running the bar, this Goliath, they will ask you, they'll pipe up and say, can I get you a drink? You're probably weary from your travel.
That we are. Yeah, whiskey if you got it, ale if you don't. We also would like to get some rooms set up.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I do have whiskey. Magus Laramond, if you're ever interested, makes the best whiskey. I don't know how he ages it so fast, but we do have it. It's wonderful.
Good to know. Good to know.
Yeah, so yeah, all told, probably all the drinks and everything, drinks, food, lodging, probably come out to 3 gold.
No problem.
How are we so blessed to have such a great price like this?
I don't, the overhead's not much, I guess. I don't know. I just, it's enough to keep, it means I can go buy, myself things, and I don't know. We all take care of each other out here. It's, what did I call him? Let me see something real quick. She'll say, Oregon takes too many souls out in the tundras. Don't want anyone starving or dying in town. Oh, what brings you to a little Winterskeep?
Adventuring.
They kind of smile at that. Adventuring. I love it. I don't hear that often. But anyway, yeah, they will serve you up. This is one of the few taverns you've been to that, like, you get actual, like, a piece of what is probably what is you would know as caribou meat. And some, like, mashed radishes. And it's buttery and delicious, all served up with, like, some gravy over it. Most of the taverns y'all have been to have served you soup of some sort, so, or stew. This is pretty nice digs for out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
It's legit. hooking us up.
Yeah, I'm interested. If you want to tell me about your adventure, I would love to hear it. And I mean, we do technically have important people out here that people might want to see, but not many people come up here.
Well, there's it's we were sent to talk with Owen. Uh yeah, we needed basically what the way I understand it is there's a weird shipping discrepancy. It you would be surprised how much of adventuring is actually just paperwork.
I guess everything is paperwork at the end of the day, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I got to pay my cut to the Northern Reach, whatever that means.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I mean they put the money towards the roads, but not as much as you'd think they would.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, conversation continues on about taxes and paperwork. Um yeah, so yeah, they'll say, well, if you need anything, your rooms are like, it gives you the room keys. And says you got rooms for the night. Um if you need any more wood for your for the wood stoves in there, let me know. I'll help you out.
Sounds good. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. What was your name, by the way?
Oh, my name is just you can call me Cask.
Dorson. Pleasure.
Oh, pleased to meet you. Yeah, with their big hand and give you a handshake.
Big hands. So slightly less big gauntlets.
Yeah. And as you have your meal and uh as in the evening comes on, actually a messenger will come into the tavern. Um, it's actually just the halfling guard that was there, just ran here, and she looks a little out of breath. She says, "Counselor wants to see you. As soon as you can." Yeah, he's not usually in a hurry. Um, and
All right.
as you get that news, I think we'll go ahead and take a break.
I'll toss a silver to them.
Oh, they'll take that 100%. All right. So we will be back in 10 to 15 minutes. See y'all soon. Welcome back, everybody. So a messenger has entered here. Well, the halfling guard you met earlier has entered here, saying that the counselor will see you as soon as you're able and ready to. With that, Cask will say, "Yeah, oh, you're seeing the custodian."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's we need to chat with the custodian.
Huh. Okay. Well, weird, but okay. The halfling guard will take the silver that Grief you gave her, pocket it, and say, "Well, it's just whenever you're ready," and like we'll run back out.
Okay, so I only have a +1 to insight, but can I insight check the person we've been talking to?
Yeah.
Just kind of want to get a vibe off them. Oh, a whopping 5.
Woo!
They think it's weird that you're saying, yeah.
All right, I guess we'll be on our way.
Yeah.
Yeah, you make your way. The actually, let me see something here. Yeah, you make your way towards the keep, and the guards there let you in, and it's a short distance from that wall into the keep itself. And you get in, and the doors open to this keep, and inside you see that It is lavishly decorated, but you see that there's like things slightly askew. Not all the candles are lit. Um, things like that. Just, it's a little dusty. There's definitely like a musty smell coming from somewhere as you enter uh this place. And an older man in this kind of blue robe with a large hood over his head, but his face is still clearly visible. Um, Human man, clearly like receding hairline, easily could be in his 60s. He says, "I am Counselor Dirk. What? You said that there is business from Ravenhold that you are attending to? Who is this Fenxiris?"
That'd be me. Hi.
Okay. Uh, this is me. He looks around in a moment. He's like, "Yeah, I'll just handle this here. Can you give me any more details about what it is you're doing here?"
We are trying to track down some discrepancies, and we were hoping for I was going to say Owen, but like you probably don't know him by first name. The we were seeking out the custodian's help in seeing if anyone in the area has noticed any transportation of fraudulently caught goods or not. Uh Obviously you don't have eyes everywhere in the kingdom, but yeah, there's some serious shipping discrepancies that Ravenshold want us to check in on.
Oh, okay. Shipping discrepancies. Okay. Oh, if that's all. Then come with me. We'll discuss whatever it is that has Ravenhold all up in arms. Like King Henrik is so always up to something. And he will kind of take you into a study of sorts. There are moldering books. Some of them are like left open. There are like plates and forks on the table that he kind of like pushes off to one side so he can like um pull out a ledger and go over specifics with you. And he said, "Now, where are the goods being shipped from? I mean, we're not. I mean, this place is a. I mean, we have pelts and furs and other such goods, but things mostly come in and fur goes out. And be shocked if there was any actual discrepancies."
Yeah, they were from what we can see, and again, this is like a discrepancy on the books, but like there's items that have been going from Galaxy to Iceport, um, and no sign of those items showing up or staying in Iceport. And so we're trying to figure out where they might have traveled to here in the North Reach.
Did you say Galathsay in Vosna? The oh, he closes the ledger. He says, "I'm sorry, I will be unable to help you today with that. That is not in the purview of our good custodian, and I speak on his behalf in saying that you should consider this business closed, and there's nothing going on here that regards anything with Voss."
Oh no, I think it was more of a matter of they. I don't think Voss necessarily knew this was happening. Like this is a discrepancy that they weren't aware of, if that makes sense.
This is all well and good, but this can all be handled in the summer when we go down there. it this does not have to be handled today. I don't know why they would send. There's four of you. You sent four people about this. So far to send you.
Well, I mean, it was we did get attacked by some nasty creature on the way here, so safety in numbers.
Uh, okay. Well, I am sorry. I cannot help you. And our good custodian is out on one of his hunts. He won't be in for another day or two. He's looking for a prize elk.
Gotcha.
Insight check.
Yeah,
Give
I
me
would
an
also
ins-
like. Let's see if I may do so as well.
That's a 12.
12. Okay.
14.
14. Yeah, all of you can roll insight checks if you want to. You're all seeing this conversation. So,
17.
Oh, wow. 16 for
okay.
Cirrus.
All right. Um, for Fenceris, yeah. Fenceris, like you're talking directly to him, so I'll go from your perspective first. When you said Galatasaray, you see that there was like a hesitation for a moment. Um, and then he became very evasive about things. Um, like, and Merlin, you know when somebody's being shady, and like this guy is like clearly not telling you anything, and he doesn't intend to. You get the sense that he brought you here because he thought he was in trouble for something.
Hmm.
He was actually relieved when you said it was shipping discrepancies.
All
What
right,
kind
well,
of what kind of discrepancies is he worried about?
That's hard to say.
Well, if the custodian will be back sometime tomorrow, we are in no rush to leave.
You're welcome to stay as long as you like. I cannot stop you, but I assure you there is nothing that he knows that I cannot speak on.
hmm.
You should see the sights, make the pilgrimage up to the holy mountain. Do the normal of the few tourists we do have to Winterskeep, do the touristy things. And I assure you, this shipping business is nothing that we can't handle in a future meeting with good King Henry.
All due
The-
respect, we have very specific instructions for what we are to do, so I think it might be best that we wait around until we're able to speak with him directly ourselves.
Forgive me if I'm speaking too forcefully, but this traces back to several thefts in Ravenhold. Does it not concern you that that this is being brought to Northern Reach?
From what you're saying, what are you speaking of? I've heard of like raids and troubles in the southern kingdoms, but and that's not a concern that we have. I mean, we don't really even have so much as a standing army. What would anyone want with Winterskeep?
It's not so much what they want with Winterskeep, it's what lies beyond Winterskeep, I think. We're just trying to figure out where these items went, and it seems like this area seems like a very easy place to hide things, you know? Not that we're looking to hide things, but that might be the motivation we're figuring.
Are you insinuating some type of conspiracy with with our custodian?
Oh no, not at all. What I'm suggesting is that like you said, there's no standing army up here, so like you don't have the resources to patrol every part of North Reach, and why would you need to? As you said, there's not a whole lot that for thieves to come steal, so you're just protecting what you got. And so you don't have to worry about it. But that means that there's a lot of your area that goes unwatched.
Yes,
That's all.
again, I don't understand how this concerns me at all, or how it is so urgent that you had to come all the way up here. You're welcome to wander the tundra at your leisure. It's not my concern.
Well, as stated, you're not the one that we need to speak with. So yes, it does not
I
concern you.
I speak for the throne. I am his appointed counselor.
Unfortunately, that's not good enough for us.
I'm sorry, are you some sort of lord? Perhaps an earl or something? I didn't think so.
Who I am is irrelevant to you.
You're a commoner. And I don't know why you. It seems that maybe I'm being tricked by you. Maybe you are being. Maybe I'm being conned right now. Is that it? You come here pretending to be from King Henrik. I just take it at face value, and you try to extort me? Is
Contact
that
him
what I'm seeing
yourself.
here? I will. When it's time for us to go there in the summer.
I'm uh I'm I think I'm missing the angle here of how in the world we'd be extorting you, but that's neither here nor there. We're just looking for information, and if you don't have any, you can say that. That's okay.
I've told you several times I will not be able to help you with this matter. It is not of a concern to us, and it's especially not an urgent concern, if it is at all. I don't know what information you are angling for, but I assure you, we do not have it.
All right. Completely unrelated point. You said that the custodian is out looking for a great beast, a great hunt. Is there a specific thing that he's looking for, or is it just generally he's hoping to have great success?
It's one of his things. It's best to keep him busy. Look, he enjoys it. It makes him happy to find the biggest set of antlers he can find out there and bring it home. It, he is our good and noble custodian, and any work that he does is noble.
Okay.
Now, I'm incredibly busy.
And we are grateful for your time. He says a little too rehearsed. Uh, so we will see ourselves out.
Yep. Um, yeah, he will have one of like just one of the servants just escort you out, and you like you see like behind you, he just plops into his chair and like sighs a little bit.
Torsten will wait to speak until we're well outside the walls, but say that wasn't not suspicious, right?
That was shady as fuck.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I'm guessing he's getting paid something by the Elven Kingdom to ignore something or other. He
Now
might
whether
not
that
know anything beyond that. Honestly, he might not be attached. But
just typical corruption, not the dragony kind.
right, yeah. That's the problem with bureaucrats. They love getting paid and not knowing the details, because the less they know, the better.
Plausible deniability.
Precisely.
Or he knows things and he doesn't want his boss to know that he knows things.
Also a possibility. Speaking of, should we go look for his boss?
Keep an eye on the way in. Keep our ears peeled. Probably coming in a day or two, by the sounds of it.
What would you tell his boss, Ben?
Oh no, I mean we don't even need to tell on him. It's just a matter of like we wanted to talk to Owen directly, and we were stopped from doing that. So it'd be a matter of just saying, hey, have any of your people reported on any weird caravans of items coming through? That's all.
Yeah. I think we might have to go through some less official channels as well.
Yeah. Maybe we should talk to Cass.
Yeah. See if anyone at the tavern knows anything.
Mm-hmm.
See if Larry knows anything.
Yeah, Larry would still be open right now, as far as you know. Yeah. So where are you going? Who are you talking to?
Where do we start?
I mean, a split party is not a bad option here.
yeah, I'd say, Torsten, if you want to go with Merlin and talk to um Larry and find
Larry?
out what he knows, Grief and I'll chat with Cass.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, fine by me.
Good.
Okay. Yeah, Merlin and Merlin and Torsten. You go to Larry and he is currently like packing a bag inside. Um getting like supplies ready. He says, "Oh, you're back. Well, is there something else you want? Something else you need?"
Mainly just a couple of curiosities. Uh, we've been asked to look into a smuggling operation here, and you're one of the few people that are actually here regularly. You actually see are able to notice people coming in and out. Have there been any uh new people coming in and out regularly? Is there anyone suspicious that you've noticed while you've worked outside?
He thinks for a second and he says, "I mean, everyone that comes through here is like a little gruff, you know, a little. Some people keep to themselves about here, but I don't think I've seen anyone particularly elusive, like doing anything too weird. I mean, it's not like this is, one of the bigger cities. It's not Zarkan. There's not criminal rings and things like that. I mean, things
Yeah.
happen, but I'm not seeing anything too shady."
No major changes in the last 6 months or so.
And he said, there was, yeah, there was like a there was one caravan. It was probably, mm, it had to be close to, 6 months to a year from ago. Um, Large caravan came through. Looks like some sort of settlement project, you know. Uh, didn't really ask too much. They bought some potions and kept on their way, but that's not too unusual. But it's the only thing that I've seen that came through. They had um stuff for doing timber work, things like that. Looks like they were planning on doing some logging, maybe building something, but they headed northeast from here, as far as I remember.
Hmm.
Look, Bonnie at the trading post, she might know a little more. Um, based on whatever supplies they got. I didn't interact with them too much.
Good to know. Good to know. Thank you, Larry.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, again, I'll be here till sundown. So
Uh, I think Torsten will offer to meet up tomorrow morning. Just to like, he'll say that he is interested in like enchanting items in this way. So uh, if Larry wants someone to is okay with someone sitting in offering to help, he'll offer to do that for sometime tomorrow.
he says, he looks you up and down. He says, you know something about enchanting?
Been working on this for a few months now. Got a half decent prototype working. Then he'll do the like thunk of the gauntlets.
Huh. He will pull out a what looks to just be the lens from a monocle. He doesn't have the like chain anymore. He pulls it out. He like rubs it on the furs and looks there and he says, "That's a fine piece of work." And he says, "I wouldn't have thought of using that enchantment in that way, but it makes sense with the action you got out of it."
Yeah, mostly for protection and mining operations. That's the main goal.
He says, "Look, I'm gonna be upfront with you. I don't care because there's no one here looking over my back right now, but certain wizards would want to shut down something like that."
Good to know.
He looks around. He, there is like a um the symbol of the Helminor Society on the wall, and he takes out some dust and like throws it at it, and like you can see it disenchants. He says, "The society has a monopoly on war devices. They will come after you. They'll co-opt this work. They'll turn it to something different. Keep that under wraps."
Roger that. I'll
And
be
you
sure.
see, like after like a couple rounds, mechanically it re-enchants. He says, "Um, yeah, if there's anything else I can help out with, I'm happy to do so."
Oh, I'll keep you in mind. Thank you much. Then we'll walk casually out of the shop.
"And you, Merlin?" And he'll like bow. He says, "At your service at any time."
Thank you, Larry.
And he'll continue packing his supplies for the journey ahead. So back at the tavern, you are going to talk to Cask. Um, and you come in like they're just doing their thing. Actually, they're like it's getting towards the end of the day, and so like they've kind of kicked it back in one of the back like tables. And there's still patrons in here, but they seem to be mostly taken care of at this point. You come in and they kind of pop up and kind of look over and give you a nod. He said, it says, "Let me know if you need anything. I know you just ate, but yeah, let me know."
Uh, actually, we were looking for a little bit of information if you got some time. Uh,
I got time. Like we'll kind of sit up at the table and like pushes one of the chairs out uh to invite you up.
we really should have started with you more than we mentioned that like the discrepancies and the shipping and yada yada yada. We think a group may have passed through here on their way elsewhere with a bunch of misgotten goods. Um, and we're wondering, we want to test our hypothesis. Did you see a caravan? Did anyone stop in a couple of months ago?
You mean the dragon cultists?
Whoa, what?
Yeah, that's what you're looking for, right?
Uh, well, I mean, it could be. We're trying to track down discrepancies, but with it,
Yeah, you're
huh?
talking about a big caravan came through here a few months ago. Uh Lots of money, lots of resources. Look, most people don't pay attention to things, but they never shut up about it. They were in here all the time, and like they were only here for like a day and a half, but like some of them drank themselves silly in that time. And which is just come on. But he's
Yeah,
and they say like, yeah, we're talking about like, oh yeah, one day, you're gonna be on top, dragons will rule and stuff like silly stuff.
yeah. Gotcha. Wow. Do you know where, like, where did they? What was their trajectory when they left Winterskeep?
Yeah, they were going northwest, and like they had like lumber and stuff, and the only like major like source of wood is in a valley out that way. Um, but there's a dragon out there, and I wouldn't go out there.
Ah, so we need to use utter caution if we head that way.
Yeah, I would say so. Um, some people say there's two dragons out there. But one of them doesn't really bother anyone, but the one in that valley does bother people.
I see. I see. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Um, did they? uh, Obviously you haven't seen either of the dragons. Anything included in the rumors about what color their scales are? Because that could make a difference on how they hurt you.
Well, you get some, wild tales here and there, but everyone who's talked about it talks about how there will be a snowstorm and you won't see it until it's too late.
Ah, gotcha. So a silver dragon. No, sorry.
I don't know anything about dragons. It's not
I,
my
I
thing.
where I come from, it was big whole lessons of my childhood involved, tracking the different dragons and what their environments are and how how they behave. It was all part of the lesson plan. Um,
Oh yeah, like probably like how I learned about like the great giants of yore and their stories. I get it. I get it.
yeah, no, it was super important to um that I had one history teacher that in particular that was just obsessed with like talking about the various areas and like yeah, I mean they did one good thing, I will say that, and I've seen it to be true. Nothing is inherently evil or good, and they instilled that in me, and I believe that. But it's about how people react to things that can shape how they treat others over time.
Yeah, I guess it makes sense. I mean, yeah, a wild dog will bite at people, but a dog that's loved and nurtured and cared will be kind to you and eat out of your hand.
Yep.
Makes
And I
sense to
mean,
me.
like it like it's weird, but like the metallic dragons happen to, just by living in an area, seem to do good things for an area through no fault of their own. And the supposed bad dragons of the uh of the world, just by living in an area, change it for the worse for humans. And so humans hate them and hunt them, and therefore they become bitter towards humans. And there's a whole thing of there. Um, but like neither is born evil or good. Is just how they are received changes them.
Again, you're speaking sense to me. I don't know nothing but like what people talk about dragons, you know. And I was taught a traditional giant way of life. And eventually the great war with the dragons will begin again. And until then, we leave them alone.
Yeah, I suppose that's probably probably the safest play. Um, but yeah,
I
okay. So you
frankly
said,
will I frankly will probably just leave everyone alone anyway, but that's just me.
hey, that's fair. Yeah, but the wheels of bureaucracy roll on, so gotta we gotta track down the where the money slash the properties went to. So you said northwest was where that caravan was heading?
Yeah, northwest from here. I don't know if maybe the folks at the trading post, they might have more specifics. I know they were there's a lot of back and forth with Bonnie. She was telling me all about it. Some
Gotcha.
negotiations over some goods, and it seems like people with a lot of money on a journey are like get real skimpy towards the end.
Yeah,
Real
yeah. You spend all your money early on, and then you got nothing to spend on other things. That is, some adventurers make that huge mistake, and they just drop their money way too fast.
Do you happen to know anything about where Custodian Abadir is? Like, we were told that he is out hunting.
Oh yeah, there is a he has like a lodge like 40 miles north from here. It's a whole hunting lodge situation. I don't know. If you ask me, he's a little bit like, not all there in the head. Not
Hmm.
the he's not the shiniest rock in the pond.
Mm-hmm. And what do you know about Counselor Dirk?
I mean, it honestly seems like he really runs the place.
Hmm.
And now that you mentioned the counselor, I know someone talked about someone from that caravan talked about speaking to him and making sure that that was handled. I don't know what they were talking about.
Huh.
Hmm. Interesting.
Okay. Fair
Maybe
enough.
some paperwork bureaucracy. I mean, Counselor Dirk is he's a bureaucrat. He's the way this town runs. We don't really worry about what they're doing in the keep. That doesn't bother us at all. Um, as far as like if you want to know who actually leads this town, go to the church, talk to the high priestess.
Hmm. All right.
Helpful. Thank you.
Yeah,
I'll
of
slide a
course.
gold their way.
like it looks at it a second, takes it and says, all right,
Uh,
30% tip. Like,
we appreciate the information. Thank you, Cask.
no problem. I hear a lot working here. So,
But
Yeah, some people don't know how to speak in hushed tones. Doesn't make sense, but they don't.
some people don't realize they're in public always. They don't think about anyone but themselves.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Hey,
their gold spends just as good. So,
yeah.
yeah. Uh, Finn's gonna send a message to Torsten and Merlin saying, "Hey, just a quick heads up. We were just told by Cask that we want to go to the traders to confirm some information. I don't know if you got anything from Larry, but if you're done there, maybe meet us over at the trading post. We're supposed to meet a Bonnie."
Larry said the same thing. Would they even be open by now?
um, this far north, the and given it just right past the autumnal equinox, the day's pretty long, and they go sun up to sunset. So,
All right.
there's still a little bit of day left.
All right, meet you over there.
Copy.
You all go to the trading post, and it looks like you get there, and there is a window on one side of it where the traders are pulling up their sleds and offloading the pelts that they have. And you see like you're getting here just right at the end here. The last trader is given in the last of his pelts. Getting a couple wine skins and some gold in return. Um, and Bonnie says, "I'll see you next time, Roger." And we'll like pull the window closed, and the shop itself is still open. It seems just to be a general goods store that you can walk into.
uh, yeah, if we all meet up and I assume we all walk at the same time, Torsten will he will actually go search for like supplies, rations, that kind of stuff. Uh, I'll see if any of that kind of thing is like display or if we would just talk to her no matter what.
Yeah, you gather some goods. He says, huh, stocking up, got a long journey ahead or something?
Yeah, we're we're following some shipping discrepancies and apparently some folks in town noticed a caravan doing some lumber work nearby. This would have been a while ago, but
um caravan with some lumber. Oh yeah, that yeah. Setting up some type of logging camp is what what I could gather from everything. Real cheapskates though.
hmm, yeah,
Eh,
sounds like it. Have any of them come back?
no, I mean not that I've seen. I mean, um, yeah, the leader seemed like a nice guy, but there's one lady that was with him. She was real mean, but I haven't seen those two back, and that's mostly who I interacted with. I'm sure if any other riffraff has come through, I didn't notice. So,
Hmm. They're to the northeast, so or northwest.
yeah. So, I can sell you a map of the area, and kind of winks at you, and but pulls out a map off of one of the shelves and says, "Here, there's a small forest here. There's not a whole lot of good logging locations as far north, but if you go up this way, there should be there's an old fur trapping like path, like a kind of a route that some of these fur trappers have made, and it goes along this river here, and you just follow that river up into the valley, and you'll see the woods. So I imagine they'll probably have some sort of structured building out there. I don't know.
After this long, it'd be surprising if they didn't.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's what I would say.
uh, uh, Torsten will pay for like a week's worth of rations for the four of us, and the map, assuming that we don't have one already. They'll turn to the others. Anyone else need anything? Anything?
Nope.
No, I mean, just like, does it look? I mean, did Torsten put like enough rations for everybody on this pile?
Yeah.
And it's most of this ration is caribou jerky. Seems to be the primary thing. Um and but yeah, probably all told with the map and everything. She's looking at it. She's like writing down on a small notepad. She says, "Could probably, I could swing you this for 35 gold."
That works. 35. Excellent. Yep. Thanks. Bonnie, right?
Yeah, name's Bonnie. I'll come back anytime.
Oh, you bet. And he'll go and leave.
All right. So, this is all in all your heads, but just leave it first light tomorrow then, or should we go undercover dark?
Yeah, looking at the map, it's less than a day from here. It's not far from here. So you can definitely time your travel as you wish.
First light works. Don't need to. We we look plausibly deniable enough ourselves. Don't think there's much that the custodian could get out of us, regardless of if the counselor's in on it.
Hmm. Okay, what I will say, so that both of you know, because you weren't there, uh, Task told us there might be a white dragon in the area. So if you see clouds moving in weird ways, uh, take cover.
Good to know.
And I think you have plans for your next steps. You have figured out some answers, starting to understand things about this little town of Winterskeep. And I think with that, we will end our session for tonight.
Woo.
So, thank you, everyone. I guess we'll go ahead and do our outros. We'll start with you, Silver.
Hi, everybody. I am Silver_Bulette here on Twitch as well as over on YouTube. We do a little thing we like to call Capes and Caverns, ostensibly every other Monday at 8:30 p.m. Pacific time. It is a superhero overlay of D&D that I wrote up for my friends, and we have a lot of fun doing it. And in fact, it should be becoming podcast soon-ish, like the original stuff. But also, speaking of podcasts, you can find me at All the Webs a Stage, which is a short play podcast. We have 30 episodes out in the world at current speaking, and you can find them wherever good podcasts are found.
Excellent. Levi.
Hello, I am Levi. I am LeviPhips97 on Twitter, like the jeans.bluesky.social, and Levi-Phips.ish.io. I have a few playbooks for Interstitial and Monster Hearts there. I will also be launching something hopefully by the end of the month for the public access summer jam. So if you want some analog horror and you've already looked at the fantastic game Public Access by the Gauntlet, then keep an eye on that. Even if I don't get to it, July is also my birth month, so I will be figuring something out to put there on the probably some sort of sale on the first. But before then, we have a bit of a scheduling thing, but sometime this week, I will be on twitch.tv/ the Noir Enigma, playing Mystery Business for the Trans Empowerment Project. So if you want to see us Scooby Doo all over those guys, check it out. I will be sure to post that on Twitter and in the Lantern Light Discord.
Fantastic, Tara.
Hello. You can find me here Sundays at 7:30 p.m. Pacific. Thank you.
Excellent, Jaden.
Hey friends, I'm Siliqui Jaden. You can find me everywhere online as Fat Sapphic Bro. I mostly hang out on TikTok and make a variety of content. Feel free to follow me. As for streaming, I'm here on Twitch most Sundays, 7:30 to 9:30 p.m., most Mondays, 5 to 7 p.m., most Tuesdays, 6 to 9 p.m., and most Wednesdays, 2 to 5 p.m., all PST. Thanks for hanging out with us.
And I'm Archangelic. You can find me here at all the times Siliqui said in the announcements. You can find many links for me on my website, archangelic.space. I am also breaking into professional GMing on startplaying.games. If you are interested in having me GM a game for you, you can book me at startplaying.games/GM/archangelic. If you've missed any of our games, you can check them out on YouTube. Link is in the chat and in the channel description. We also have a podcast version of this game. You can search it up as Era of the Dragons wherever you find podcasts. We're going to be going into our Patreon supported after show shortly. You can find the audio for the after show, patreon.com/lanternlightadventures. The after shows will always be free, but your support would mean the world to us. Thank you again to our wonderful players. And thank you again to our wonderful audience for joining us. Lastly, thank you to our producer, Polygeist, for helping us stream this show. We all appreciate you, and we couldn't do it without you. We love you, and we hope to see you next time we light the lantern. Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Goodbye. Goodbye.